Hello, everyone. This is Peter Bogliani, and this is a creator-owned channel. I have the Facebook group, and here I do one-on-one interviews with creators, and in the future, we'll be doing creator hangouts, where I'll get a bunch of people and we'll talk about putting together comics and making comics and all that jazz. So today with me is Nick. Hey, Nick.
Hello, how
Welcome.
are you? Glad to be on here.
And today we're here to talk about his project, which he just went live yesterday on Indiegogo, and
Quite
it's called
successful
Project
so far, if I might add.
Awesome, and it's Project Access. And you want to tell us about the project, and we can talk about you and your career as we get into it.
Certainly. So, Project Access is a sci-fi spy thriller. Kind of imagine like the Bourne Identity, but if Jason Bourne was a cyborg and he had like little nanobots running through his bloodstream. It has action, it has suspense. It's a very plot twisty mystery box that's going to unfold over many issues. It's not a mini series; it's an ongoing series. And I'm currently on Indiegogo looking to do a second print run.
Awesome. Yeah, so I skimmed through the Indiegogo. It was originally published by somebody else. Now you're publishing yourself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it's also not one story. There's backup stories as well. Do you want to speak on that?
Yes. Project Access itself is about 14 pages, and so in order to add to the value and kind of fatten up the page count, I have an additional 6-page story called "We All Wear Masks," which is inspired by like the greatest Twilight Zone stories ever told. It's kind of got like that feel to it, kind of like that Twilight Zone feel to it. And then there's like a one-page comic strip called Larry the Interdimensional Tie, which is kind of meant to kind of poke fun at like the absurdity of human interaction, because like Larry is an eighth dimensional being, so it's like he's the ultimate outsider perspective on that. That's a comic strip that I'm really looking forward to developing as things go on. So yeah, it really is it really is a multi-story affair.
Is there what's the reasoning behind that? Is like, do you only have 14 pages done in the story, or do you intend to create more other stories that you want to include in the series? What's your
Well,
thinking behind
basically, when Project Access was originally published, the original story was only 14 pages, and
it?
then
Okay.
when I got it under my own company, I meant to republish it, but I only had like 14 pages, and I only really had so much resources to work with. So, I could have added more pages to it, but that would have required a lot more work than me and my artist team was able to do. So we just kind of touched up the art, and then I kind of added. And I had this other story, so the art was done for that, so it just kind of fit together pretty well. Starting with issue 2, each issue will be 20 pages, but I still probably will include backup stories in most of those issues.
Okay. Cool. Um, so yeah, hopefully you can get this funded and you can be highly successful, so you can get to issue 2 and 3 and however long the story is. But do you think it
Yeah,
will be
issue 2 is
ongoing?
already in production.
Okay,
Say again,
cool.
please?
Do you think it will be ongoing, or is there a
Oh, it will
definite
be
amount of?
ongoing.
Okay,
It's definitely
cool.
planned to be an ongoing. I don't really have a set plan for basically however many issues it takes to tell the story. It could be 30 issues, could be 50 issues, could be 100 issues. Who knows? But it will end at some point. I just don't know when.
Right. Cool. Keep keep everybody guessing.
That's the idea.
Yeah. So how'd you get into writing comics? What's your background a
Uh,
little bit?
I've always been a fan of the medium. Growing up, I'd some of my favorites were like Teen Titans, Nightwing, the various Batmans. Um, I've always like I said, I've always been a fan of the medium, as well as writing. Writing has always kind of come easy to me. I really dwelled deep into it as a hobby, probably starting around my senior year of high school, and I've been kind of writing regularly ever since. And then Project Access was kind of born out of that like post high school kind of phase and whatnot. And I've always kind of really been proud of that story, so I've just been continuing to develop it since like 2006.
Wow. Yeah, it's like that's a common thread with independent creators. I know, like with my project, I've been, I came up with the character when I was a teenager and started been developing his story as I, got older, and only now finally working on issue one. But that's how it goes, it's a passion, you know.
That's what I
So
always say to
cool.
new writers. Like the advice I give to people who's like, I'm just starting to write any advice. The big thing I say is write what you know and write with passion. Because if you're not writing with passion, it will translate to poor work. Because when you write something you're familiar with and you write something you're passionate about, it will show up in your work. The passion behind the work. It's kind of a hard thing to like pin down. It's kind of one of those metaphysical things, but like when you write like a story you're passionate about, a topic you're passionate about, it does show up in the quality of the work, whether you want it to or not.
Right. So have you worked on anything previous to this project? Or is this your first?
Project Access was my first major thing. I had a few short stories published in other things like anthologies and whatnot, but this is like my first major title.
Right. Have you, so how'd you get into, like, how'd you meet up with your former publisher that, like, that you wanted to get your book out there and you didn't think to publish it yourself initially?
Okay, yeah, see, this is I met this person 2007, 2008. I think I responded to like an ad on a site called Digital Webbing. And me and this person, we talked from there. We kind of clicked, and like, things went from there. The book kind of entered like 10-year development hell. There's a great swath where we weren't even working on it. But then I'd say in about 2015, 2016, he like had a renewed sense of vigor, and we were able to push out the first version of Project Access. And then I left that company for reasons, and then I formed my own company, and I brought my stuff with me.
Right. Well, I mean, not everything works.
No.
I know Dark Elf, and actually, I wanted to do something with them years ago, and nothing ever clicked. Actually, a project I'm working on now was in their hands not too long ago, but now I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my my personal pin. I'm just gonna keep my whatever to myself.
So, what do you want people to know? Like, really, like, why should they pledge to your project above all others? There's like hundreds of books out there on Indiegogo and Kickstarter.
Well, Project Access is a story you're definitely going to want to invest in, because it's one of those like mystery box, like Stranger Things, Lost, and all those other kind of things where it's like, like the initial stuff, you have all these questions, and like the questions will be answered over time. It's a journey, and I want people to get in on the ground floor with Giles and his journey, and it's like you can discover things as he's discovering them. It's like you get really invested in the characters. This is just the beginning of something even greater, honestly.
And what could you say about the art team on the book?
The art team has worked really hard to bring it forward. It's Project Access is a 3-person team. We got myself as the writer. Jason Johnson as the artist, and then Francisco Zamora doing the amazing letters. And Jason Johnson puts a lot of hard work, and I'm really proud of what he's done, and his art's just going to keep getting better. And it's great now, but it's just going to get even better in the future.
And he penciled, inked, and colored it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't know if you can. I've tried to do it on my end previously. I would love to click over to the Indiegogo page to show people, but I know if I do it, it will slow down everything. Can you attempt it on your end? Because you can actually share the screen. There's a little widget.
I can try.
Yeah, see if it works.
Okay. All right. Let me know if you see anything.
Okay.
All right. Is anything appearing?
Not yet. Oh wait, there we go.
Okay.
See if it shows up on screen. Yep, it worked out. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the video and the title, and you're at what is it, 123 right now, 12%.
Yep.
And I have to look close. So you're going for 1,000 flexible goal. And yeah, I mean, scroll down if you want to spotlight on anything and talk about any specific, like the pledge levels or.
Yeah, I figure. I figured I'd go over the perks, kind of get people to understand it. So for $1, you get a thank you email and our undying gratitude. $3, you get a digital comic. And by the way, any tier you get everything below it. So, for example, at the $5 tier, you get the digital behind the scenes book, but you also get like the digital comic and a thank you email.
Right.
For $10, you get the physical comic. By the way, domestic shipping on the lower tiers is $5, and if you live outside the U.S., it's $15. So I just wanted to say that quickly.
Right.
$20 will get you the physical behind-the-scenes book. So the behind-the-scenes book, it has like art, scripts, a write-up by me and the artist. You know, it has a preview of issue 2, and it just kind of gives you like kind of a peek behind the curtain. And then for $30, you get three cover prints. You'll get them. They'll kind of be like the format will be like 8.5 by 11, and then we're gonna bag and board it, and then tape it and send it to you, so it's like preserved and whatnot. $40, you get a Nebula Corporation key card, for access and whatnot. $50, you get your name printed in the back of the book. This one tends to be a pretty popular tier, so if you want your name in the book, I suggest you get on that. And then for $60, you get the Dossier edition, which is kind of like our collector's edition, which in that you get a foil cover. You will get obviously everything below. But it'll be like in a very kind of and it'll be in a black envelope with some writing that kind of enhances the plot and a few other little extra goodies that I'll throw in there. For $100, you get Employee of the Month status, and you get to have your picture in the back of the book. For $250, you can get a custom black and white sketch done by artist Jason Johnson. And then for $500, you get an 11 by 17 full color commission done by Jason Johnson.
Awesome.
And obviously, as you've been seeing, these are some of there's three different variant covers that you'll have access to. So like for example, you get the physical comic, you'll have access to three different covers. So this is the first one. This is the one that adorned the one that was on Kickstarter. This was the OG cover that was used for the Dark Elf Designs version. This is an example of the first page, so you can see the comic book art displayed on here.
Good looking work.
Yeah, Jason did an amazing job. Here's some more artwork. I mean, I'm really big fan of like the detail he puts in and like the colors, and whatnot. And then this is some art from the story We All Wear Masks. This is like the bag up feature. This is the logo of my company, the Phoenix Press. And then this is the third cover. This one's a special one because this was done by the team for 200 Samurai, which is an upcoming comic. It was penciled and inked by Nick Garber and then colored by Kitty Pierce. This cover is an homage to Days of Future Past.
Right.
And this will be the third cover that you'll have access to. Some more comic art.
Cool.
We'll meet again, Spider-Man.
Awesome. So you already kickstarted this book, and
I did. Yes.
Like you said, this is a second printing you'll be doing for this book, and also you'll get more fans that can pick up the book. It's like a second chance for fans.
It's a second chance, and also, there's a certain group of people who prefer Indiegogo to Kickstarter and whatnot. So it's for them as well, and like you said, for the people who didn't get it the first time.
Right. So, how long did you run your Kickstarter for? That was your first crowdfunder, I imagine, right?
The first successful one. I tried to run a crowdfund for Project Access when I was under Dark Elf Designs. Didn't really do too well. Honestly, I kind of failed because I was an idiot and I didn't really know what the heck I was doing. Mm-hmm. So I'd really kind of say that was a big reason why it failed, because ignorance. But this the Kickstarter was successful, and then I'm doing this one, and then I have another Indiegogo plan for 2100 in October. So I'm got a pretty busy docket on hand.
Yeah. So how long is this one going again? How many days you doing?
30 days. 30 days.
Okay. So it's plenty of time to reach your goal and get beyond it if possible. So anybody watching this, go check out the link. Read all about it. Watch the video. You can see more artwork in the video. I already checked that out.
And our first stretch goal, I'm comfortable announcing our first stretch goal at $1,500. Anyone who has a physical tier, like the comics and on above, will get a set of 3 to 5 trading cards, product access related trading cards at the $1,500 tier.
Awesome.
Kind of an extra incentive,
Yeah. Do you know what characters, or you'll wait until you get to the stretch goal?
I've thought about this beforehand. It'll probably it'll be trading cards for like Gile, the elderly couple Phil and Joe, who are based off my grandparents, by the way. Chris, and then a mysterious person who shows up at the end of the book that you'll have to read and find out who it is.
Awesome. Well, it must be exciting to finally get your book out after it's just been floating around in a way.
Feels like a long time coming, honestly.
Yeah. So, what do you do otherwise, if you want to talk about it all, or
you're talking about like creatively?
Yeah, creatively.
Well, like I said, I got 200 Samurai is currently in the works. I expect that in October. Other than that, I'm like constantly writing new scripts. I'm currently working on the scripts for this new story called Eco Ray. It's kind of like a Iron Man meets Aquaman kind of story. Very fantastical with like mermen and and that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm liking what's happening so far. So like the first volume is going to be 4 issues. I got 3 issues already written. I'm kind of I'm working on the 4th. So like once that's written, obviously need to be edited. I have a Robin Hood story, a 5-part Robin Hood story I wrote. Robin Hood modern day kind of stuff. That one's pretty cool. Other than that, I got lots of projects in the cooker. I'm kind of one of those creators who are like all constantly like if my mind idles for just a moment, it kind of goes into creator mode, and I'm instantly kind of like working on stuff in my head. I'm kind of one of those people. It's hard for me to keep my brain still, if you will.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, it's good to attempt and stretch your skills, attempt to go outside your comfort zone or try different sort of projects, different genres. It really will sharpen your skills over time, of course. So is there anything you want people to know about yourself or what your future goals are, perhaps?
Well, let's see here. Oh, I'm just a person like you. I mean, I don't know how much this means, but I have autism, and it's kind of something I have an idea with, and I kind of persevere. I mean, I got big plans. I want to build up a whole universe of characters. Go national, and honestly, just take it as far as I can. Like, who knows? In 3 years' time, that you could, there could be a Project Access Netflix series or a Lost Kingdom movie made off the novel I'm working on. It's like my ambitions are endless, honestly, because the way I see it, it's like why shoot for the sky when you can? It's like if I'm trying to figure out how do I say this, like it's like if ambition has no if the only limits are those you put on yourself. So if you say like I'm gonna walk 3 feet today, then you walk 3 feet. Whereas if you say like I'm gonna walk 500 miles, and then, okay, it's like and you only walk 30 feet. Like okay, you walk 30 feet, but like, but still you have that limit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like why limit your ambitions? Even if you don't meet your ambitions, it's like if you limit yourself too far, you end up choking yourself on your own limits. That's just kind of how I see things. Like, so it's like I'll shoot for the moon, even if I only land 2 blocks. I'm still going to shoot for the moon because like if I only want to go 5 feet, I go 5 feet. That's just kind of how I see things, anyway.
Right. No, definitely. And like you were saying, like with your first Kickstarter, you didn't know enough going in, but that's a lot of us, independent creators. We do our first campaign,
par for the course,
and it's a whole learning curve. Some people get it right off the bat, and it comes easy to them. Other people, make mistakes and you learn from them. You did another one and you were successful. I'm curious, did you get any feedback or any reviews on your book as of yet from that Kickstarter?
From that Kickstarter, I think there was like 1 review that was done. That was pretty. It was pretty decent. I mean the review, they made some good points. A lot of them I agreed with. Their review was pretty fair, honestly. I dug it up like long time after the fact, but for that version of the book, there is a review out there on a website.
Right. Okay. Cool. I mean, if there's nothing else, I guess we can leave it here. If you want any links to, any sites you are online other than Indiegogo, that's already in the video description that people can go click. I, of course, put it into the chat as well. And you can
I
send me
have
that
my
on Facebook
Instagram.
as
I can dig
well. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, you can
people
put
can
it in
go.
after the fact.
Okay, excellent. But
So,
yeah,
uh,
good.
so right now, we're at 123. My goal is to be at least 30% funded by the end of the week. And my immediate goal is to be at 200 by the end of the day. So if anyone wants to get me past 200, I would be eternally grateful. Yeah, it's kind
Well,
of my thing
man,
with these with these crowd funds is to just kind of set a series of small goals, and just as long you keep meeting those small goals, you keep progressing, and then just keep, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I try to do with these. It's just small goals, keep meeting the small goals, and keep the momentum going.
yeah. Well, my experience with crowdfunding is it's plug, 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 share, share, share. Talk to people directly, just post, 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 and don't feel like you're ever annoying. Because it's like,
Load up the shotgun. It's like I'm
yeah.
loading up the post, loading up the post. Just
Absolutely.
shotgun that stuff.
It's funny, right after campaigns end, how many people come to you and say, I never even heard about this, even though you've been posting the whole time of the campaign.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
But, well, the best of luck, man. It's a good looking project, and I hope you reach your goal, and I hope the story continues. Any last words?
Buy my book. Buy my book.
There you go. All right, Nick, thank you so much for
Take
coming
care.
on
Thanks for
and
having me.
telling me about your project. My pleasure. All right, everybody. See you again next time.